Hello, so today I want to talk about 3 tips to help you with your mental preparation before competitions and games. And mental preparation is very important because it really helps make you feel confident as you head into your games and performances. It's definitely one of the components of prime confidence, which I've talked about in one of my earlier videos, and I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into it today to really help you understand what are some things you can do to help with your mental preparation. Tip number 1 is about creating action plans, and action plans are a couple days out from your performance or your game is to think about things that could distract you, that could decenter you, that could make you lose control, negative thoughts that could come up, really looking at the things that could derail your performance. And it's not that all of these things are going to necessarily happen, but the reality is that nothing ever goes ideally, and at some point you might have a self-doubt thought or a negative thought. At some point you're going to get distracted by maybe something else outside of your thoughts, or something might happen to some piece of equipment that you have, right? So thinking in advance of what you will do if some of these things potentially happen can really help you to have more confidence as you head into your competition, and also help you stay more present as you're heading into your competition, because then you don't worry so much about the what ifs because you've already taken the time and really thought out some concrete and purposeful action plans around these situations. So what you want to do with action plans is really, as I said, think about things that might make you lose control, maybe lose your kind of control of your emotions, things that will decenter you, having negative self-talk, negative thoughts, and then really kind of creating replacements for them. So if you are getting distracted or kind of decentering, what is something that you can do to center yourself and then refocus on what you need to be able to help you perform in the way that you need to. And then with the thoughts, it's same thing, is thinking about, okay, in certain situations I might have this type of negative self-talk, and what replacement do I want to put in there that's going to really help me stay focused, stay present, stay confident in that moment to help me bring my best. And your self-talk in a moment during competitions and games is a huge part of the confidence that you're going to have. And so really important for you to think about what type of self-talk you want to have in certain situations where maybe you tend to go more negative, and to really think about that so you have an easier ability to replace them and shift that self-talk in that moment if you do start to go down that path of maybe thinking a little bit more negatively or kind of with self-doubt. Number 2 for a tip to help you with mental preparation is imagery. Imagery is such a powerful tool for you to use. You can use it before competitions as well as during. Here we're obviously focusing more on before your competition. And so here what you can do is, 1, those action plans that you made in tip number 1, you can use some imagery to help reinforce it, to imagine yourself implementing those strategies smoothly and effectively, and really being able to see yourself to adjust or to respond in the manner in which you would like to for within the competition. Then it's also good to show what the ideal performance is that you do want, to really prepare yourself for how you'd like to perform. And we know that imagery is so powerful because there really is no difference to you. The same neurons fire if you vividly imagine something as opposed to if you actually physically did it. So you can only do so many physical reps, and so now we can add in more reps through that mental repetition, and that's going to obviously help us to both physically and mentally prepare for our competition. Then number 3 for tips that can help you mentally prepare is to train your attention. Your attention is such a valuable resource for you. It's probably one of the most important skills that you can develop as an athlete, because you need the ability to pay attention to the right thing at the right moment. And to be able to do that, you have to be fully present in that moment, and then be able to shift to that next moment, to not get caught up in the past and not project forward into the future. And your attention is a skill and a muscle like anything else, and you have to develop it, you have to train it, you have to build it so that you can be able to use it effectively, especially as pressure gets added to the equation or higher demands get added to the equation, which is a part of the package when you are a high performer. So one of the best ways you can train your attention is through mindfulness meditation. And I do understand that sometimes this is hard because as an athlete, you're more about doing than about being, and developing kind of that attentional skill set of more noticing and observing. but you need to be able to develop that ability to place your focus where you want it to be placed, but also to notice very quickly when it does get pulled away, and your attention will get pulled away. So you're not going to be able to maintain it 100% of the time on the thing that you intended to place your focus or attention on. So you also need to develop that skill set of noticing when it gets pulled away and be able to do it fast. And I understand that you might think, well, I do notice when I get distracted. And you're right, if you have noticed that you've been distracted, that awareness has been brought to the forefront in that moment of the fact that you are now distracted. But the question really is, for how long? Do you notice it 5 minutes after it's happened, or do you notice it 5 seconds after it's happened? And then also the ability to, even if you are somewhat aware of it happening, can you actually have the level of awareness where you can stop and now bring yourself back? And mindfulness meditation is one of the best ways to do this. So there you have it. Action plans, imagery, and training your attention are 3 great tips to help with your mental preparation.